It's me, Mario!
Hey, what's going on, guys? This morning has been one of those mornings where you're like, why? Just why? Well, this morning, I go to a men's group from some people from my church. You know, a couple of guys get together every Saturday morning around 7 o'clock. You know, just talk about, you know, life and just how to become a better man and stuff like that, and better Christian man and religious and things like that, and just kind of like, you know, air our, you know, discussions and stuff like that. And, you know, we have it at 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's not like really bad as far as like, you know, just being early in the morning. But I said, well, I need to get a haircut because, you know, kind of let myself go a little bit. So, you know, I had to get my little, you know, do up. And my barber said, hey, you know, you can come through like 6:30 in the morning. I was like, perfect. I can go down there, get my haircut, and then go to my meeting, a little quick ride, and just, you know, talk to you. Well, on the way there, I started to, you know, sputter out of gas. And the thing about my bike is I don't have a traditional gas gauge. Like, I don't have a warning light, I don't have a meter or anything like that. I don't have none of those things. But I have a petcock, which is basically I have an on, off, and a reserve. That's it. So if I start to run out of gas, I switch it, you know, I start sputtering and start, you know, slowing down and losing power. I just turn the knob from on to reserve, which will give me about a good 50-60 miles to the nearest gas station. Okay, so that's one of the things I really don't like about my bike, because I don't have that feature where I have a light that says, hey, you're going to run out of gas, or meter. But, you know, I've dealt with it for all these years having this bike, and I've never really done this. The only time I've actually ran out of gas and didn't know is when, which I'll tell you another story later, the knob came off. Like, the complete knob fell off. And, you know, you don't really think about that knob until, like, you actually need it. And then when I reached down for it, it was gone. So, you know, I just make sure that when I take it off, I Loctite it and stuff like that, make sure it doesn't come off. So, as, you know, I looked down, I turned the knob, I was still sputtering. And then I looked and just found out that I had it on reserve the whole entire time. So when I filled up the gas tank last time, I didn't turn the knob. So now it was like, when I've been riding it all this time, it's been going straight through without, you know, me turning the knob. So I pull over to the side. It's like, this 6 o'clock in the morning. It's dark outside. My bike is black. I'm wearing all black. And the good thing about it is that it's a 2-lane road, but there was a like turn off into a neighborhood that I made it to, so I didn't have to push my bike. Thank God I didn't have to push my bike. But I pulled off to the side and was like, okay, I looked, I'm out of gas. I said, okay, well, I called my barber, said, hey man, I'm gonna be late. And I called my homeboy up, Big Dog, who doesn't live too far from me. I'm glad he was up, and he came to save me. You know, it's always good to have people that you can call, you know, to save you in situations like this. You know, now, you know, I could have called my wife, but she didn't really answer the phone very good in the morning, and I just didn't want to bother her. So I would have probably just sat there until somebody would have came and saved me. But I mean, literally when I just ran out of gas, I pulled over. About a few cars later, a police officer kind of like passes me. But then he stops and did a U-turn in the middle of the road, pulls up in front of me, turned his blue lights on, and was like, okay. And I'm sitting here like, okay, well, maybe he's going to show me assistance, whatever. The first thing he said was, you know, get your hands out your pockets. Which I had my hand in the pockets, I was about to pull my phone out. But I have to remember, any slight movement that I have dealing with police officers is a matter of life and death. And I had my hands in my pockets because I was going to get my phone, and he could have thought that was a gun, and I could have got shot. And I know that I'm not supposed to think that way, but I have to deal with reality. You know, black man, white man, it really doesn't matter what color you are. You know, you have to think about the things and the actions you do, because you could be shot and killed over a misunderstanding. You know, so I put my hands on my pocket, and then I told him, I was like, hey, look, you know, my gas, I ran out of gas on my bike. And then he says, yeah, well, we just had a report of a motorcycle chase in the area, and there was 2 guys, and 1 got away. And, you know, I just stopped you and stuff like that. I said, look, officer, I just got this morning to get my hair cut. And then what saved me, I kid you not, guys, what I feel like what saved me in that whole situation was this helmet cover, because he shot his flashlight, saw my helmet, and he was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I said, well, officer, obviously, you know, I wasn't part of those people that were running because they didn't have a helmet cover. So right then and there showed my innocence, that it wasn't me who was, you know, getting chased or was in that police chase. So, you know, my helmet cover kind of like was my alibi, if you want to say that. But of course, he still asked for my license. You know, I didn't think he was going to, but he's like, oh, do you have your license on you? I said, yes, officer. I gave my license. He went back, he did the checks, stuff like that, you know. And at that time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, did I pay this ticket? Did I pay that ticket? Do I have insurance on my bike? Is my license still good? All those things, you know, are running through my head while he's in his car. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then he comes back, gave my license. And then, you know, just like a police officer would say, now, hopefully he doesn't see this, but if he does, the way he said it, he was like, I ride motorcycles too. And I was like, well, what kind of bike do you have? He's like, I have a 636. Now, anybody in the bike world knows, if you have a 636, you say, oh, I have a Kawasaki 636. You don't sit there and like pronounce every every number separately. It's all one word, 636. You know, it's like the group, you know, Tribe Called Quest. You know, you say the whole thing, Tribe Called Quest. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, why, you know, do I believe him? I don't know. But it just seems like when people get pulled over and they never rode a motorcycle, and they pull a person who has a motorcycle, they try to act like they are like cool with them because they ride, which I don't know for sure, you know. But I was just grateful that, you know, I didn't get a ticket, which I didn't do anything. So I mean, really, I shouldn't be grateful for anything, because, you know, I didn't get a ticket. You know, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't acting crazy. You know, so I mean, you know, I don't know. And, you know, I'm not gonna say it's a white or black thing, because I don't think it was. You know, I just think it was just a motorcycle thing, you know, regardless of color. I just think he just pulled me over or pulled up to me because of the chase. Now, I don't know if the chase was actually true or not, because I'm thinking to myself, who in the hell does a police chase at like 6 o'clock in the morning? Like, who runs from the police at 6 o'clock in the morning? I really don't see it like that, but maybe somewhere in my county there's a police chase at 6 o'clock in the morning. So probably they didn't catch both of them. So I guess they're gonna look out for, you know, one of them. But it wasn't me. Nor would I run from the police. Knowingly run from the police. So make sure I say that right. But I'm just glad that, you know, everything turned out fine, and, you know, he talked to me for a few minutes and then let me on my way. But, you know, the crazy thing is, what kind of got me and bothered me in the situation, I ran out of gas, but he never offered to say, hey, look, you know, I know you ran out of gas and you don't want to leave your bike here or whatever, blah, blah. I'll go down the street and get you some gas. Like, he didn't even offer to get no gas for me. Like, I thought you were supposed to protect and serve. Like, protect and also, like, serve people if they need help with, like, you know, changing your tire or if they're running out of gas or something like that. But like I said, I don't know what all the, you know, that he was supposed to do. But, you know, I guess he wanted to make sure that I wasn't wanted or anything like that. So, but yeah, so that was my interaction this morning. It was just a really rough morning. But my friend came, brought me some gas, put it in my bike, and I made it. I was fine. So I appreciate that, big dog. With that, guys, I'm gonna go right here and look for something real quick, like